There the text says, 1 Corinthians 15, verse number 33, be not deceived, for evil communications corrupt good manners. And the text concludes with verse number 34, awake to righteousness, and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of God, and I speak this to your shame. Amen. We thank you for standing on the word of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse number 33, 34. The NIV reads it like this, be not deceived, for evil company corrupts good manners. And Paul says, awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of God, and I speak this to your shame. For just a few moments today, I want to deal with this thought, Sunday service with Kanye. Sunday service with Kanye, K-A-N-Y-E, Sunday service with Kanye. As we consider this text for a moment this evening, our author is the Apostle Paul. He is writing the church in Corinth, the church that he helped found. And the reason that he is writing the church in Corinth is concerning some of the behaviors that has crept into the church.
All right, Rev.
He is writing them because of some of the things from the world that has found itself in the church.
All right.
The Apostle Paul writes them because he is seeing that the church in Corinth is going in the wrong direction. And he urges Paul to write to them today in this letter that we have in 1 Corinthians, that they were not taught these things by Paul.
All right.
Paul had to remind them that this is not what you have learned about the Bible.
Amen.
But yet what had happened, some of the things in the world had crept into the church.
Oh, yes, sir.
Because it had crept in, it made many of them not believe what God had said.
All right.
Many of them began to doubt what God had said. Many of them began to act in a way that God had not wanted them to act.
Well,
and when we see this text today, the Apostle Paul has to address the church in Corinth to make sure that they are still on the upward and straight path to be where God would want them to be. Sadly, today I fear that the modern day church also has allowed a lot of things from the world to start creeping into the church. Yes, that is why Paul had to remind the Corinthians today that bad company will corrupt good manners. Paul had to remind them that if you're around the wrong folk, that it can affect what you have learned concerning God. So what does Paul have to do? He has to remind them, just as the church today needs a reminder, that we are not to let the things of the world to come in and take first place in the church. And there is something alarming that I have seen recently that has happened in the church, and it is the church allowing a young man by the name of Kanye West to come into the church. If you get time, you ought to look up that hashtag, Kanye Sunday Services. What is happening is that the church is opening up its doors to allow Kanye West to come in. And if you see this and you look up that hashtag, you'll see Kanye comes in like a rock star. And the church goes crazy. Falling out and running up to the stage and jumping out of their seats and screaming and yelling. And they ain't done that all service.
All right.
When a celebrity comes in, Church begins to get alive. And Kanye comes in like it's a studio session. He comes in and he starts making beats and he starts doing instrumentals and everybody is going crazy because Kanye is in the church. Now, I have a problem with this because as you think about Kanye, this is the Kanye that started out good when he came on the scene. Kanye started out, he had meaning, he had some depth behind his music. He has some words that really made you think when he first came out. When his album, College Dropout, and I see some of our older folk look at that, man, hello, good morning, good evening. Kanye first came out with his album, College Dropout. It had such meaning and words behind it that it made you think. With songs like When It All Fall Down, Jesus Walks.
Yeah, come on,
I mean, he had some songs that had some meaning behind it.
Yeah.
It was even Kanye West that called out George W. Bush.
Yeah.
When Hurricane Katrina came in and he did absolutely nothing after a long period of time. That was Kanye West.
Yeah.
But then something happened to Kanye. Bad company. Corrupts good manners. Kanye got rich. Kanye got some money. And Kanye began to act a whole lot differently than when he first started. You listen to his music now and you don't know what Kanye thinking about. You don't know where his mind is. Or even what he's trying to say. Kanye went and married into one of the worst families that he could ever marry into.
All right, Reverend.
And the reason I know it is because he had a mental breakdown not long afterwards.
All right.
And the same Kanye, seen on national TV, bright red Make America Great Again hat, and was just smiling to be called a friend to Mr. Trump. Kanye.
Yeah.
Who even went on national television and said that slavery was a choice. I'm trying to tell you today, bad company will corrupt good manners. And here it is, the church is allowing this Kanye to come in, and not that the church is trying to reach Kanye, but the thing is they are allowing Kanye to lead worship.
Yeah.
Oh, and let me tell you, because there's not only a problem with Kanye, there's a lot of other Christians now that have gone out into the world.
All right, Reverend.
Young lady by the name of Tasha Leonard Cobb got a beautiful song out, Unbreakable. But on that song, she has invited Nicki Minaj. And if you hear that name exactly, she has allowed her to come on to the song, and many of us heard it on the radio, that the church now is hand in hand with the world. It's not only her. You think about Kirk Franklin. Yes, Kirk Franklin is putting out some good music. But if you see Kirk Franklin out, you don't know if you're looking at Kirk Franklin, the preacher, or you looking at Plies. Because his attire and his dress and his demeanor speaks of the world.
Yeah, preachers. Lord have mercy.
So many times the church has now been married with the world. We now have allowed it to come into these four walls. The world now is influencing the church. A young man by the name of Calvin Broadus Jr. Many of us know him as Snoop Dogg. Recently came out with a gospel album. And let me read to you who he got on the album. The Clark Sisters, Ty Tribbett, Mary, Marvin Sapp, Fred Hammond, Isaac Carey, Rance Howland. And all of these Christian folk now have joined up with Snoop Dogg. And I think we all know what Snoop Dogg is known for. Every time you see him, he high as the sky. But he done brought out a Christian owl. And the church has ran to be a part of this. I want to tell you today, bad company will corrupt good manners. So what does the church have to do? Let me show you two things in our text today. Number one, the church and young ones, you must remember your good manners. These are the very things that you learn in church. These are the things that your parents are trying to put in you. These are the things that you hear from your pastor, that you hear from your Sunday school teachers, that you hear from the various people in the church that want to see you successful. These are the things that you learn from them, how you are to act toward God, how you are to reverence God, how you are to worship God, how you are to love God. All of these are good manners that we learn in the church. Not only that, we learn how we ought to act toward God and how we ought to act toward one another. So not only do we learn how to reverence and love God, but we learn how to deal with each other. We learn how to talk to one another, how to coexist with one another, how to treat one another. And all of these good manners come from the church. Amazingly, our daughter, and she is just now 4, but she already understands that God wants us to act a certain way. So when she acts bad, I can tell her that God don't want you to act like that, because God wants you to love everybody. And when she acts bad, I tell her God wants me to whoop you, because the Bible says you spare the rod and you will spoil the child. So our children are already learning how God wants them to act. Now this is important, because if you get good manners and good behavior and good ways to act, when you get out into the world, I have to warn you, when you get out there are some folk that don't know God, and they will secondly corrupt you. They will cause you to turn away from the very things that God has called you to do. Oh, yes, the world is the type of world that they want you to act like they act. So instead of you learning the good things and going to school and behave in good ways, when you get out in the world and you hang around the wrong folk, when you're around the wrong friends, and you know the ones that's always stirring up something, that's always talking about doing what's wrong and doing what's bad. You know those friends that always talking about folk, that always trying to make jokes of folks. You know those friends that always trying to get into some mischief, that always trying to sneak and duck and do this and do that. When you get around them, because they are bad company, they will mess up the good things that God has planted in your life. Bad company will corrupt good manners. So what has to happen? We have to watch who it is we hang around. You can't come to church one day and then go back into the world at your schools and at your various jobs for 5 days and be around the wrong folk for 5 days and expect that one day at church to compensate for all the negative that you are around. So that's why you got to watch the friends that you make. That's why Christian needs some Christian friends. You need some friends that know how to pray. You need some friends that know God. You need some friends that have a relationship with God. You need some friends that when you're doing wrong, they'll correct you and say, don't do that. You need some friends that'll say, you're going to get in trouble now. Come on back. You need some friends that say, you weren't raised like that.
Come on, man.
Why? Because bad company will corrupt good manners. Yes, we see it every day.
That's good.
While the youth, while you are young, you come into church happy. Come in singing. We just have to ask you one time and you jump on it. So excited, and you walk in, you can't wait to get in the choir and sing. But when you get older, you get too cool for school. And then you lose touch with the church. So I see it all the time. When you were young, you came in running, but now that you're older, you walk in. Have to call your name 2 or 3 times. Then when you get up.
Yeah, come on, preacher. Make it plain. Make it plain, preacher. Right? That's it.
I know you want to be somewhere else, and I know you can't wait till we get out, but something changes and you lose touch with the church. Now we have to beg you to sing in the choir. But when you get back home, you want to take your horse down to the old town road and ride it till you can't ride no more. And you ain't even got a horse. But what needs to happen, every now and then you need to watch who it is that you're around, because without you knowing, it will corrupt you. And the very things that you had grew up on and that you had learned, you'll start turning away from it. So what happened, you'll find something better to do than just to come to church. You'll find other words to listen to than what God has said. So the church has to be alert that our young ones are listening.
All right, all right.
So please, adults, and I just want to interject this for a moment, watch what you say around these young ones. Because some of us talk real reckless around them. And then they start talking like us, and we say, where you learn that from?
Yeah.
Oh, he sound like mama and daddy, or she sound like grandmama and granddaddy.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Because they've been listening. You say, where you learn that type of behavior from? Oh, they've been watching too. And they see how you act around one person when they come around, and then they see how you act around somebody else. And they say, oh, mom and daddy got 2 sides to them.
Yeah.
Almost got a mask. They can take it off and put it on and put it on and take it off.
Yes, sir.
And they learn those very behaviors. So we as a church have to be watchful. And I want to tell you, be watchful not only of your friends, but be watchful to the things that you listen to. One of the most active things we have now are earbuds. And we listen to all type of music.
Yes, sir.
And I understand, listen, you may say, I don't even listen to the words, I just like the beat. But let me tell you, that's how the enemy gets you. Because you may not like the words, but as long as you're listening to the beat, guess what happens when you take those earbuds out? You don't even have to have music, and you're already repeating the words of the song. Because it's in you. And as long as you keep on taking in trash, help me, Holy Spirit. As long as you keep on taking in the worst, as long as you keep on taking in the negative, guess what's always going to come out? And that's why I want to tell you, every now and then, cut some of the trash off and put some of the good things in your ears. I want you to put some of that good gospel in your ears. That say God has made me and called me for his purpose. That God has a plan for my life. That God has a reason that I hear songs that say I love the Lord and he heard my cry. Songs that make you really realize that God cares. Be careful of the things you put in your ear. Yes, that was what Nebuchadnezzar used against the 3 Hebrew boys.
Yes, sir.
That whenever the music sounded,
come on, preach up.
it was their indication to bow down and worship. And before you know it, you'll find yourself worshiping artists, worshiping these rappers, like NBA Youngboy. Yeah, you'll find yourself listening to them and flocking after them.
All right.
And they don't have a bit more relationship with God than a rock outside.
That's right.
Yet they're influencing you, telling you what you ought to do and what you ought not to do. And sadly, many of our young men want to be just like them. All they promote is selling drugs, and now our young men aspire to go out and be multi-millionaire drug dealers. Many of them waste their entire lives trying to be in the music industry. Spend thousands of their dollars trying to record one album, and it don't even sell locally. But they want to be just like these artists. You ain't got to look far for good examples. Just look around the church today. If you want some good examples, look around the church. And you ought to be able to see some good men and good women that you can aspire to be just like. Yes, sir. Yes, you ought to be able to look at your mother and your father and aspire to be like them. It ought to be some men in your church that excludes the right type of behavior that God would want us to bring out. That you can be just like them. The women in the church ought to be women you can pattern your life after. That you can walk like them and talk like them and live like them and live to please God. You ain't got to look far nor out into the world to see some good examples. You ought to be able to look at your preacher and find a good example. Your preacher ought to live an exemplary life before you that you don't mind being like the man of God. What happens? Bad company will corrupt good manners. So all that you have learned from God, if you get around the wrong folk, it won't mean nothing at all. Well, finally today, not only is there a warning for us that we need good behavior and good manners and need to learn them in church, and that we secondly need to avoid bad company. But in verse number 34 of our text today, as I hasten to a close, Paul says to the church in Corinth that for many of you in here that have learned what I have taught you, that know what is right, Paul says in verse number 34, arise and awake, and sin no more, and live a life of righteousness. What I'm saying today is exactly what Paul says. If you know what is right, arise from your sleep, turn away from that which is wrong, and again live to do what is right before God's sight. I need to tell you today, because if we can ever learn how to live to please God, then God's got a special way for making your life a success. God's got a way of making your way straight. God's got a way of turning your crooked paths into the right paths. God's got a way of bringing the right folk in your life, that you ain't got to run around with the wrong crowd. But God will give you some good friends that'll stand by your side. I'm talking about some good friends that'll stand with you through thick and thin. I'm so glad today that if you serve God, having to know one of these days, the reward that God has is better than anything down here. I'm so glad today that serving the Lord pays off. Somebody said, how does it pay off? Well, one day by and by, He's got a reward waiting on me. But I ain't got to wait till the by and by. Even right now, God got some joy. Even right now, God's got some peace. Even right now, God got some love that you can have in your life. I'm so glad today that as I look back over my life, every time I turned wrong, God was right there. Every time I went left, He turned me back right. Every time I went down, He picked me back up again. And I'm glad today that when I take my last breath and my days are done down here, there's a greater reward that's up there in the sky, that I can see my Savior, that I can see Jesus. Does anybody know that man? Come on, does anybody want to see the Lord on high, who loved us so much that one That's the wild. He hung his head in the locks of his shoulders. He died. Yes, he died. He died. And was buried in a grave. But I got good news. That right on Sunday morning. Right on Sunday morning. Right on Sunday morning. Right yeah. Somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Woo! Ready, all right. Ready, all right. Ready, able. Want to do it? Say yeah.
Church over, let us stand.
Holy Ghost.
Brother Church over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Let us come. Would that be one?
hallelujah. Glory.
Brother Church over. Would that be one?